Afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Topic Time with Harrison Young on this warm August 9th. I'm doing another Zoom show today to the lovely state of New Jersey. This is the fifth one I've done this year. It's become quite a stronghold for Topic Time Nation. But before we get to these young gentlemen here in the music industry, you got to read these incredible underwriters, and then we will commence per usual. So we have Rodney's Kitchen in Halifax. We have Kingston Auto Body in Kingston. We have the Fadeologist 101 Barbershop in Brockton. We have the South Shore Market in Pembroke. We have the Hanover House of Pizza in Hanover. They make great Sicilian pizza, Greek salads. I've awesome people working there and deliver. We have Crazy Axes Rec Center in Hanover. We have Bulldog Sports Cards in Middleborough. We have Salon Giovanni in Marshfield. We have New England Floorscapes in Middleborough. We have Pembroke Radiator in Pembroke. We have Genuine's Inspection in Middleborough. We have Hairway to Heaven Hair Salon for families in Norwell. We have Brian's Auto and Tire Service in Middleborough. We have the Gunrunner LLC, the Second Amendment Freedom Store in Middleborough. We have the Auto Shop in Hanover. Good to have Ed Rooney back. And we have DNS Auto Works and Collision Specialists in Abington, right up the road here on Route 58 there. I want to thank you guys very much. And now I'm going to introduce this gentleman, Mr. Steve Keller, and his bandmate, I guess. Is that true?
It's yes. Ripped is the band, and Bulletproof is the studio.
Bulletproof is the studio. Okay, is this one of the guys in the band here?
This is John Albino. He owns Bulletproof Studio.
Oh yeah, okay. So okay, great. I'm interviewing the band and the guy that lets him the band, the leader of the band, and the leader of the band's music provider to the world. I got it. Okay, that's great. Okay,
that's about right. I'd say that's pretty good.
Yeah, it does. I'm just wondering, can you guys back up just a little bit, because the top of your heads are being cut off. There you go. Just relax, sit back a little bit, because we can still hear you. You don't need to lean into the phone. It's better if you lean back, because it just, we just don't want to look. We just don't want it to look like you're being like we're headhunters, and
If you want, we could actually move over to Hills and Far Away. You just let us know.
That's okay. The way it is now, that's fine. You just be comfortable, and we'll do an interview. Okay. Well, Steve, let's start with you. I reached out to you last week to get you on the show. You seem to have a lot going on, and you did quite a plug. And I guess that you two, work closely together, you and your band. And would I be correct in assuming that Bulletproof Studios is the only one that has ever produced your music to this point?
Yes. We do. Everything happens at Bulletproof. This is the place. This is inspiration personified.
Okay, I get it. What town are you in Bulletproof? The Bulletproof Studios?
We're in Hazlet, New Jersey.
Hazlet. Okay, I know you're in New Jersey. I'm just trying to figure out.
Conveniently located in Hazlet. It seems to be almost like the center of everything, where on one side you can get to New York City, on the other side you can get to the New Jersey shore. Okay. And we're basically about right in the middle there.
I love that. You're right in the middle of the Commerce District. That's perfect. Yeah, in the middle of the summer, you can't beat that. But it looks like a nice little quiet studio you have there. And I noticed when he was setting up that you had a bunch of like gold records on the wall, platinum records. Is that true? I assume you represent some pretty big artists in that studio in Bulletproof, right?
Well, it's through the years, in one capacity or another. People who we've worked with.
Yeah.
Whether it be recording or playing.
Yeah.
Or in any capacity or another that, we've been so blessed enough to be able to work with people.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. It's actually very, very cool.
Okay.
Whenever I come in here, Harrison, you never know who you're going to run into. It could be the guys from Accept. It could be, it's just people in and out all day long.
What about Bon Jovi? Has he ever stopped in? He's a New Jersey guy. John Bon Jovi?
Well, he's not far. Yeah, he's in the area.
I figured that. Yeah, he's probably right in the neighborhood. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We got one of his on the wall.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, from Huey, his bass player.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we got one of his albums on the wall.
What about Springsteen? Isn't he a New Jersey guy, Bruce Springsteen?
Well, he might show up. He never does, but he might.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, when he does, let me know. We'll get him on my show.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, Steve, let's talk to you. I want to find out. Tell me about how you founded your band, and give me a little synopsis of everybody in the band.
And Harrison, excuse me for 1 second. I just have a studio thing to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, we're working around the clock here.
That's cool.
Well, Ripped has been around for quite some time. We
Okay.
just released
Well,
our
when you say
fourth
quite some
album.
time, can you give me, can you give me like a ballpark? 5 years, 10 years?
Well, it started way back in '89.
Wow, so 33 years.
Yeah, yeah,
No, 34 years. What am I doing? 34 years.
yeah.
Okay,
There's been
wow,
a hiatus in there, but
okay,
but when we reconvened around 2004, I wanted to lay down some music.
okay,
So my daughter knows what I do or what I used to do.
yeah,
And then it snowballed into a viable project again.
sweet, okay. How long was the hiatus between when you started and,
Probably about 10 years.
oh, okay, kind of like Aerosmith, although their hiatus was only 3 years. Okay.
Yeah, it's a triple hiatus.
Well, tell me about yourself as a kid, though. I mean, did you play music as a young kid? What did you do as a child that got you into this?
What happened to me was I was a poet. So
Okay,
I've
I
always
get
been
it.
writing. Yeah, I always wrote poetry and
Yeah,
I made my own greeting cards.
wow.
And
It's like the Three
I liked
Stooges,
Elvis and
Hallmark.
the Beatles.
Okay.
I loved all the mob scene with the fans. And you remember that black and white footage
Oh, I
of,
do.
yeah,
I was
yeah,
4.5 when they came over. that night.
yeah, yeah. So I always dug that. And then as I got a little bit older, in the neighborhood, there was a band called
Okay.
Indulgence. They
Okay.
were about a year older than me. So I kind of started walking to school with those guys. And then I got invited to the rehearsals.
Okay.
Then I started writing songs with them.
Oh, hold up. One question. How old were you when you began?
This was about 15 years of age,
Oh, okay.
somewhere around 1980.
I got you. Okay. So you were in high school then? Or
Yeah.
gotcha. All right. So and these guys were also in high school at the time, or were they older?
Yeah, they were about a year older than me.
Oh, they were older than you. Okay. So if you're 15, then 16-year-olds are in high school too. So you guys were all in high school.
Yep, yeah.
Okay.
So,
And that-
so these guys were really, they were really hot stuff at the time. So
Yep.
it was really good fortune for me to be able to start to write music with them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Did you
Yeah.
ever incorporate any of your poetry into the music?
Yes, all
Okay.
the time. I still do.
Oh, okay, good. That's good. I figured because after a while, I mean, lyrics have to start with an idea, and an idea you can spin in any old direction. And then what you have to do is you have to make it so that it'll sound good into a, harmonious mode, basically. And you've obviously figured out a way to do that. What would you define? What would you say the genre of your band is? Like heavy metal, little
I
mix.
think it's just rock and roll. It's
Okay.
blues-based rock and roll. It gets heavy.
Yeah.
It gets
Okay.
it gets bluesy at times. It's really hard to pigeonhole. None of our albums sound the same. There's 4 of them,
Yep.
and we just write what we write. Everybody in the band has a say and an input, and we're
Okay.
all writers, and that makes sure that we don't get stale.
I understand. It's true. How many in the band? Can you give me a little, tell me about each band member and what they do?
Yeah, there's 5 of us in the band.
Okay.
My lead vocalist, Steve Straczynski,
Yeah.
he was in a band called Slaughterhouse they were on Warner Brothers Records on Metal Blade. He's
Okay.
been in a bad accident, so we've been playing without him right now, but I want to
Okay.
give him a big hello. He's
Okay.
still very much a part of this situation.
Yep.
So
All right. Who else
as
you
you can
got?
hear, we got a busy studio going on.
Oh, I can see that. I saw like 3 or 4 people coming and going as you were
Yeah.
getting it rolling. All right. What else you got in the band?
Let's see, we got Brian McGee, which
Okay.
is the longest running fellow with me. He's
All right, what
done
does he
every
play?
show except
does he-
for the first one.
What does he play? And does he,
He's a guitar player. Me and him
That's-
trade off. Brian and I trade off on leads and rhythms.
Okay. And who else you got?
Then let's see, we got Bob Buchler on drums,
Okay.
and Russ Murray is his understudy. So Russ does a lot of shows. Bob typically does the recording with us.
Okay.
And then we have Michael Cuenca is our bass player,
Okay.
and he's a joy to work with as well.
Okay. So so all guys in the band, no women?
Well, you interviewed Canamara a few weeks
Yes, I
ago.
did. Oh, Nicole, does she sing with you sometimes?
Yeah, Nicole sits in with us once in a while. She's
Okay.
a joy.
Oh, I
They're all
know.
good friends of ours.
That's great. Yeah, I figured there had to be a connection somewhere. Yeah, she has a nice kid and she has a nice voice. Okay.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Oh, yep, absolutely. But my hunch is that she was probably not even born when you formed it, when you began in 1989.
We don't like to talk about that.
Well, come on. I'm older than you guys.
I
So,
know that.
yeah.
No, yeah, she's a wonderful young lady.
Oh, I know she is. All right. Now in terms of like venues and stuff, where do you perform? When I had them on, I asked where they perform. They said they performed a lot at Asbury Park. Do you perform there too?
Uh, I'm not really sure.
They told me about a place called, and I can't remember the name of it, but it's a place in Asbury Park where a lot of New Jersey bands perform.
The Stone Pony?
Yes, that's it.
The Stone Pony. She's performed with us at the
Yeah,
Stone
but-
Pony.
Yeah,
As a
okay.
matter of fact, we got some great live footage from that show. And we also do some live work out of
Okay.
Bulletproof Studios.
Yep.
And we just mixed a bunch of stuff that Nikki's on. And
Oh.
I appreciate her because her and Chris Florio, who's another fellow that stepped in to help because Steve is incapacitated right now. Steve
Okay.
Szyczki, that is.
Right.
He's been in a bad accident, so.
Yeah, right. But he's gonna be, he's gonna make a full recovery, isn't he? Well, eventually.
We're hoping so, yes.
Yeah. Okay, well, he'll enjoy this show. John, tell me a little about Bulletproof Studios. How'd you get it started?
Well, we've been around, the studio itself has been around for
Get back a little. There you
24
go. How long? Okay,
24 years.
yep.
We just celebrated our 24th year.
Congratulations.
We put Bulletproof together initially about 12 years ago. This was a teaching facility.
Okay.
And we just kept, what happened was we just, there was one summer when I decided that either I wanted a brand new Harley or I wanted to open up a recording studio. And I decided to open up the recording studio.
I think you made the right choice.
But I think, listen, we're still here. Who knows what would have happened with the Harley? So,
Exactly. That's my point.
so with that said, we've been in, like, so we've been in business. I had been an avid recording studio guy for a long time.
Okay.
Did a lot of touring. And so what happened was, we decided that, this is something that I really wanted to do.
Yep.
So I was able to we had another smaller studio,
Okay.
and I built the recording studio from scratch. And then we decided that we were running out of room. So we built this much bigger facility. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. And we put it all back together again, but we built it again from scratch. I mean, there were 4 walls here, 4 big, huge walls. And
Okay.
we designed the place right from the beginning.
Okay.
We've been really blessed. We got through the pandemic.
Yeah. Well, I guess. Yes.
And we've been really blessed. As you can tell, I mean, my goodness, it's funny, people can talk about it, but you can actually hear it. We're very busy. And we're very blessed for that. We've been doing, and we're not only are we doing recordings, we're also doing videos.
Sweet.
We're doing live shows, which Rip, of course, their live record was done here.
Yep.
And I was very fortunate enough that, Steve had asked me to produce the record. So
Yep.
we sat here and we actually produced everything, put it together. And that's going to be something else you could be looking out for too. Once that other record comes out, it's going to be a live record, live from Bulletproof.
Yep.
We have a couple other things that are going on here. There's a very, very popular, you might have heard of them. There's a very popular hard rock girl band. They're called Plush. Plush
Yes,
is coming in. Yeah, they're coming in here on August 27th to actually cut 4 videos.
Wow. If you get them on my show, that would be sweet.
Yeah, it's going to be really, really cool. They have, and who is actually spearheading that whole situation is the guitar player from Soulfly, who is Mark Rizzo. And
Okay.
Mark is coming in. Yeah, he's coming in. Mark has performed here. Mark actually performed here, what, 2 weeks ago?
Just a couple weeks.
A couple weeks ago. He was here. So again, it's an amazing facility. We're so lucky. And the place is so much fun. What's really nice about it is that too, it's not sterile, or you don't get this really dark vibe about it. It's very rock and roll. They actually called us the Rock and Roll Museum.
Okay.
We actually have if you go to, and it's not a shameless plug, this is an easy way to find out. If you go to the www.bulletproofmusicstudios.org, there's actually a welcome video and it shows you a lot of things that go on here. It's very cool.
Okay.
We're also very blessed. We have a great crew here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, altogether 6, 7 engineers. We've
Wow.
got we got an amazing light man. In fact, Louis DeBella. Louis was not only did I go to kindergarten with Louis, but I've done much work with him, and he was actually the lighting director for Aerosmith. So he's
Wow.
with us.
Sweet.
Yeah, we're again, we're more like proof is in the pudding as opposed to talking a big story.
Okay.
So we actually have a lot of guns here. We're very, 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 very lucky to have all this. We probably have one of the most amazing light shows on the East Coast per square foot.
Okay.
We've got a 4-way PA system here, 4-way,
Yep.
and it's just and any amp you ever want. Listen, I've been a guitar player for a long time, a touring guy, a record guy. So, I mean, it's basically, we look at it from the perspective, not wood, basically that it's unlimited what you can actually get done here.
That's awesome. Hold up a second, because on that note, speaking of the proof in the pudding, we're going to watch a video from Ripped, and then we're going to come back and we're going to discuss it and we're going to finish the interview. So without further ado, stay tuned and we'll be right back.
Hey, Franco, Killer here. We stopped for the booze and picked up the dancers, I mean actresses. Problem is, we made a left at Albuquerque and got a little lost. We're out of beer and tequila, and all the party supplies are gone. The actresses are sleeping, the band is raging. You got to get this video out there as is. Hopefully the footage of Bulletproof is enough. Peace.
She was going out in the Navy inside her room.
Down and dirty.
That was
I'll
great. Tell
tell
me what we just watched. Go ahead.
Down and Dirty. Down
Okay.
and Dirty was actually filmed at Bulletproof Studios. We
Okay.
recorded the song here,
Yep.
and we then did the video here. And that is Lou DiBella on that light show that you just saw.
Okay.
And you know, the proof is in the pudding, like John said. It's right there.
Yeah.
You know, Franco Frasetti directed that video. We have special appearance by Disaster Piece. We all stay friends in our community.
Oh, yeah.
We all work together.
And believe it or not, it's funny, the old school thing, years ago when rock and roll was so in its heyday, you hear about all these stories about how a lot of the bands were in the same place and they all helped each other, and this one wrote for that one, and that
Yeah.
one played on that guy's record, and so on and so forth. Well, that's what we do here. And what's really nice is it's a great time in our lives right now, because I will tell you something that's super important. I would tell anybody out there, surround yourself with really good people. And when I say good, I mean, look, you don't get any better than Aerosmith, let's face it.
True.
Okay. But the thing is that surround yourself with, stay away from people with viruses. And I don't mean that from a medical standpoint. I'm talking about people who will just mess things up because that's just their whole situation.
Oh, yeah.
We've been blessed. Time has proven here that if you surround yourself with good people, there's longevity, because it's a positive force.
Oh, absolutely. Tell me about
And that's
that.
it.
Tell me about that. That's a pretty state of the art looking unit you have that you're leaning on. Tell me about that. What is that? Those are all your sound controls and.
Well,
Yeah.
so much has come through this board.
Oh my
yeah.
goodness, this board has so much history from how about this? From Ripped all the way to Earth, Wind and Fire.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yes.
and it's this one. And that's the thing, it's great too. That's the one thing that they talk about when they say, like when a piece of equipment has mojo.
Yes.
Well, we're blessed. We're chock full of mojo. We really are. It's a Soundtracks Quartz board. It is it was two companies that came together. I think it was SSL
Okay.
and Midas, and but what happened is a 48 channel board. And it is fantastic. Every channel has tubes inside it for that warm analog sound. And then, of course, we can go right into Pro Tools. So what happens, Pro Tools makes the mix a lot easier. But what's really nice is every single sound comes through this board.
Wow. Yeah, I figured.
It's just really cool.
Tell me something, Johnny. You say you have a history of performing music yourself in addition to producing it, correct?
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten to play. It's nice too, and I explain it because it keeps me grounded. I've been able to play with a lot of my heroes,
Go.
and getting to play with them, in one capacity or another. Whether it be the Pretenders,
Wow.
Kiss.
Yep.
I had gotten an invite, and I always talk it down. I had gotten an invite in '95 to go, and when Plant and Page were very, very hot, I was on the road, and the guitar player from the Eurythmics and Jeff Lynne from ELO.
Wow.
They both came out, and what happened was they seen me on one of I'm trying to remember. I think we were in Hollywood. I think we were on the Strip. And then what happened was Robert and Jimmy's guitar player was leaving. So what happened was Dave from the Eurythmics actually said, "Listen, man, I seen this guy. I think this guy's what you need."
Okay.
And
Wow.
and at the time, there was a lot of stuff that was put in front of me, but I was married at the time, and when I was told that I was supposed to go out and meet those guys. They were doing 3 shows at the Garden.
Okay,
And
wow.
they always,
Well, you say the
those
guy,
guys always
you mean Madison Square Garden, right?
Madison Square, I'm sorry, yes.
Okay, that's
And they
fine.
always, Zeppelin always did, because I remember seeing them when I was like 11 years old.
Yep.
They always do 3 shows at the, when they're in New York, they do 3 shows at the Garden. And I was invited to come out and talk to them. And I was told a couple weeks prior, and of course I was married, so I chickened out. I
Okay.
don't mind saying that. And then when I finally got up the courage, my wife told me that, at the time that she was pregnant. So I wound up not only not showing up, but I wound up not even getting in touch with them. And, but look, I have 2 beautiful children. And, when I look at the whole thing, I'm glad to have my children. It was really,
In
I
the
was
studio,
very,
it's
very
kinda loud. I
honored.
get it. Yep, I
Yeah,
know.
I was very honored to even be considered.
Yeah, exactly.
And so it's been a great, we've worked with, God rest his soul, Johnny Z from
Yep.
Megaforce Records, who brought Metallica to the world.
Wow.
Johnny Z actually executive produced my first record,
Okay.
and which was actually his last record. And if you read his book, when we go on break, I'll bring the book to you.
Okay.
We are actually the last band he actually produced.
Wow. Okay. So Steve, tell me about, okay, I want to talk to Steve a little bit too. Steve, tell me about what is the next few upcoming weeks look like for Ripped going forward, like, because it's summertime.
Well, we have a pretty full schedule. We're doing about a show a week, which
Okay.
is, you don't want to overplay.
Right,
So,
exactly.
we don't play the same location. We're doing North Jersey, we're doing South Jersey, we're
Okay.
doing New York, and then we're back to, I think, Central Jersey, all in a
Okay.
matter of 5 weeks. We like to bounce around.
Yeah, I understand.
So we just finished producing, John produced our live stuff, he was telling you.
Oh, yeah,
So we're making plans to release that. And, we do all kinds of benefits. We're working for Popcorn Park Zoo. We're raising money for the zoo
Oh, good.
on
Okay.
September 24th. We do that every year. And that's a very popular event. The band plays. And the giraffes seem to enjoy the music.
Oh, yeah, animals love music. And let me tell you, I had a couple of cats and they loved it when I turned on, music videos from YouTube. They love the rhythm. So,
Yeah.
no, there's no question about it. All right. So how much time do you guys collaborate together in that at Bulletproof Studios? I assume it's quite a bit. I mean, it's
Well,
like,
you know what it is? If you narrow down, basically what I would say, that whatever goes down
yeah,
is talked about, which is great. I mean, that's
Yeah.
the way it should be. I mean, Steve, Franco, these guys are a team effort with me for other things too. We also have a show that I'll have Steve talk about, and so everything is really talked about. And there's never an issue. We never have issues. And I'll tell you something. It's again, knock wood.
Yeah.
To have that kind of thing is just an amazing thing, because in the rock and roll world, there's always seems to be a fly in the ointment somewhere.
oh, I know. It's like in life itself. Well, guess what, guys? We're down to the final 5 minutes of the show. I hope you had fun talking to me.
Absolutely. I want to thank you for inviting us.
Okay. Well, here's what I want you to do. First of all, look at your phone, give shouts out to a few people that are going to see the show. We'll condense them, and then we'll wrap the show up with my music the way we started it. So go ahead.
All right.
Sounds great, man.
Yeah,
Go
I
for it.
appreciate you, and thank you for having us.
Harrison, thank you so much for everything, buddy.
Yeah, thank you. But I'm saying give shouts out to people like your band members and your people and your
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, well, listen, I'd like to give a shout out to my guys in the band John's Crossing. Just amazing people. Shout out to everybody that works here. It's a real team effort here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so it makes it easier to man the boat. It's really great.
and I want to thank all the fill-ins that have been helping out Ripped, whether it be Nikki or Chris Flo, and all my partners in the band. Thanks to John and Bulletproof for all the support, and Franco for directing our video, and the Fuster Cluck Show. And I want to thank you, Topic Time.
Oh, thank you. You guys, listen, I always say it's a great guest to make Topic Time prime. And that having been said, the other thing I'm going to ask is if you had a good time with me, which I assume you did, you told me you did, I believe you. Anyone you got down there that's either in music or anything, anyone that could be an interesting guest for me, give them my digits. We'll get them on the show either by Zoom or in person, one of my great locations. And because I'm getting more guests from word of mouth now than ever before.
Well, listen, we're like I said, we're very blessed. We got a lot of people coming. I mean, if we could even probably, what we'll try and do, I want to talk to them first, but maybe we can get you a nice interview with the band, the band Plush.
That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, and then also John's Crossing is actually cutting 3 videos
Okay.
down at the end. But look, but there's a lot of interesting people. But we're definitely going to bring you in the loop if that's
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely.
We just finished recording our friend Sammy, so we'll get
Sammy Dale from Nashville.
More the merrier. Just
There's a lot going on.
guys. So feel free to give anyone my digits and then have them contact me. And then if they tell me that you referred me, that's fine. Referred them, that'll be great.
All right. I want
right.
to thank you for contacting me so we could do this show.
I want to thank you for not telling me to get lost and actually doing the show. And I want to thank you too, Johnny, for getting in. You guys, I mean, it's great to have you were an unexpected surprise, and it turned out to be pretty good because obviously I wasn't really clear on whether Bulletproof was the band or the recording studio until now. And you all both elaborated together beautifully. You collaborated yourselves in this interview as great as any team.
Well, listen, once again, www.bulletproofmusicstudios.org. Check it out, and and listen, man, I'm sure we'll be talking again soon.
I'm sure we will too. All right, listen, we're going to wrap the show up. I have one favor left. Will you stick around and do pictures for Facebook? My tech guy will take them, and then I'll tag you.
You got it, man.
Absolutely.
Johnny, are you on Facebook? Because we're not friends on Facebook. If you are, I can tag you.
Yes, I am. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. My name is John Albino. ALB as in boy. IN as in NO as in no. So Albino.
Or albino is in somebody with a light complexion, right?
Yeah.
It's much easier to remember like that.
Look me up, and once again, man, it's been a pleasure. Thank you.
All right, we're gonna wrap the show up. Ready? We're gonna do my music. Okay,
You got
folks. Thanks for watching the show. I'll be back in a couple of weeks. See you later. Enjoy it. Signing off. Over and out. Remember you're asleep. There we are.